YouTube, this is Andrea here, and we are off to the next page of our Once Upon a Time mini album, 8x8 mini album. And the paper stack is by DCWV, and you can pick it up at HSN, and I'm not sure as to where else. Okay, alright, so we are on the inside page here. We just finished this one up, and we're going to make a pocket that's also like a little expandable. Alright, and it's also going to be a flip with a couple of flips behind it. So let's get our size written down here. So this is our score line right there. So we just want to stay away from that, about 1/8 of an inch away, so that it can still open and close. So here, there is where we need to cut it. Cut this part off. Okay, we can put our book aside for right now. And we need 2 sheets, because we're going to have to cut this sheet as well to the same exact piece that comes off. Okay, and we'll get that cut down. Alright, now we need to score this top portion here. You want to score it at about 1/2 of an inch. So you've scored that at 1/2 of an inch. Now you want to fold this one up. So go ahead and get a measurement on here. Well, I got a gang of rulers and can't find one. Here we go. This one will have to do. Okay. This is 10.5 inches, which means I need a pencil, not a pen. And if you buy these little pencil erasers, don't get them from the Dollar Tree, because look at this. It just, that's ridiculous, falling off like that. Okay. That's my rant on the Dollar Tree pencils. So we want to score between, this is 5 1/4. That gives it 5 1/4, 5 1/4. So that makes it in the middle. And these are 8ths, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So from the 5 1/4, you want to go over 1, 2. And then on the opposite side, you want to go over 1, 2. Okay, now you're going to take those and you're going to score on those lines. I'm just making sure my line is right where it needs to be, which is right here. Ah, I hate when that happens too. There we go. And then, remember we did 1, 2. You gotta come over here. So it gives you about 1/4 of an inch. Alright. So you've got 1/4 of an inch. You scored on the right side of the 5 1/4 and on the left side of the 5 1/4. Let's see. Okay. Now you're going to burnish those score lines down. And we're going to do it again for the other score line. Now you should have about 1/4 of an inch of an opening here. Okay, put this aside, and you're going to grab some scrap paper. So I have this piece of scrap paper here. It's not very big, but you don't need it to be. So you're going to take this, and you're going to come up to this first score line here, the edge of your scrap paper, and you're going to mark it to cut off the excess. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. We're gonna still need this because now we have to find the middle here and then cut it straight down the middle. Alright. So it is 8's. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. 7/8, 1 7/8. Yeah, 1 7/8. So we'll cut that in half. And you're going to need to keep both of these pieces because we're going to use them. All right. Now you want to grab your scoreboard, and you're going to score these two pieces. They're going to be scored exactly the same. So if you have a scoreboard that has the numbers here, so you're going to come over, this is the 0, and you're going to come over to where it says 1/4. And you're going to score at 1/4. Then you're going to take that 1/4 and you're going to come over to 1/2. You're going to score at 1/2. Then you're going to score at 1/4, which is right here. Then you're going to score at 1/2. Now I'll leave you like this little strip here. So we'll do it again, and score at 1/4, and then you're going to move it over to 1/2, Then you're going to move it over to a quarter. And then a half again. Okay. Now you're going to fold these on the score line like an accordion. So just fold it back and forth, back and forth. Well, that is what it should look like a step ladder. And you're going to do the same with this one. That's just back and forth, back and forth. Alright. Now you're going to grab your paper that we already scored 1/4 of an inch here. And we're going to take this piece here. And you see all of the points are pointing that way. And we have a flat edge here. This flat edge you're going to put either tape or glue on, so it's up to you. And you're going to tape it down to the left side. You're going to put it all the way to the edge. Yeah. Burnish it down real good. And you're going to do the same for the other side. And this time your points are going that way. And again, all the way to the edge, because this is your pocket, your expandable pocket. And just make sure it's not anywhere on that score line. Burnish that down. Now we're going to take our glue and we're going to put it on this top edge, on this top accordion. Okay, now this is the fun part. So you're going to have to press down to get this to come to this side here. That's why you have that 1/4 of an inch. There we go. Okay, let's go with tape on this one. See, you guys learn from my mistakes. Alright, I'm just gonna, what? Glue is not the best way to get this part down. Tape will stick faster. So let's get that. So you don't have to sit there and hold it. Ooh, smells like it's raining. Okay. Alright, so put your glue away on that part. Get out your pokey tool and your tape. Remove the tape backing. Yeah, we can fold this one and kind of like out of the way until we're ready to glue it down. Alright, now let's get this to the 1/4 of an inch mark. There we go. We're getting there. There's your gusset, and it's nice and wide, so it's going to hold quite a bit. Ooh, forgot I took the paper off here. Okay, so let's go over to the 1/4 inch mark. Which is right here. Perfect. You could just take the flat tip of your bone folder and just go in and burnish that down real good. You can even come on the back, burnish that down. Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. See? Alright, so now we have our pocket, and then we have this here to make it a flip. So the pocket is now a flip, but we need something to use to cover it, the pocket with. So let's see, I'm gonna find some scraps, or a scrap. That one's too short. Ah, perfect. So I'm going to measure that out. Only need to cut out that little bit there. Now we need to score it at 1/2 inch so that it can fold up and down. Alright, and before I even put this down, I'm going to put my tape on here real quick. Before I put it down, I want to pick something that is going to also hang off of here and be decorative. So I have stuff in my die cuts, and let's see, I had a 1/2 of a star right here, 1/2 of a little star, and I think that would be adorable. I think I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna put it on the inside here, so when you see it on this side, that's how it'll look. That's pretty. So let's go with that. Get us some tape. Now you don't have to do that. You can leave the flap that you have there blank. It's up to you. I just wanted something decorative on there. I'm just eyeballing this, but you can measure to get your center. Yay, I like that. And when we put our paper on, it's gonna be so cute. Okay. Let's see here. Let's get our pocket back. Now this is going to just pull out your 1/2 inch flip that you did, and this is going to slide into the back here, but the only way it can do that is if you cut it. Oop. Make sure I'm not cutting off too much. You can see I'm cutting it like deep in here. I'll show you why. I'm using a little glue. This allows me to play around with it before I actually stick it down. Although sometimes this glue does stick really fast. So, alright. It's going to lay right on the inside of the pocket here. So just place your flap in there and then lay it down so that you can get the flap in there. Now, as you can see, we have that 1/8 of an inch, and that's going to come right over top, and there's your pocket with the closure. The other thing you're going to want to do, which again is up to you, is to make a slit, a triangle slit in here, and I'm going to do that with an X-Acto knife and this cutter here. This let's see. This metal ruler. Alright. Maybe what I want to do first is measure out. Pencil it so I can cut it. It probably won't be accurate, but maybe we could try a little bit of accuracy here. Just a little bit. There. Wow! I did not think I would get it like right on the money there. Okay, that works. How exciting was that? Now let's see if we could cut it right on the money. Oh, how exciting. So I got my little V there. Now, this little V is important only because if you put anything in the pocket, you want people to be able to see what's in that pocket. So that's why I put that there. And as you can see, whatever you put in there will now show up. Okay, we need a magnet for over here. So let's get that put on there. And I'm doing that because I don't want to forget. And you guys know me, I know how to forget really quick. I put a little piece of tape on the magnet to show or to, so that I could put it on the opposite side here. Show you here. That way it sticks, and then I know its exact placement. It's definitely better than the guessing game. Okay. All right. So our flip here needs tape. And then this flip is going to go on that extra sheet of paper we cut. This pocket flip is what I call it. And it's going to go on, see how it's just perfectly lined up here. So before we do that, we need to score this one at 1/2 inch, because it's going to go on the main page as a flip. A lot of flips in this page. It's fun. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put some tape on here. All right. Now we're gonna put our pocket flip onto this page. I know you guys are like, girl, you got some crazy ideas. But I think this is fun. This is one of the fun parts about making mini albums, is coming up with all these really crazy, cool ideas that you may or may not like, but you know, take the ones you like and leave the ones you don't. So that's how I see it. Okay. Line it up with your paper and the top so that you are not going to bother any score lines. Like this. Press down on the inside of the pocket. That's exactly where that is. All right. Now, now this flips this way. So here you want to measure out and see what's left, how much room is left here. So we have 10.5. So 10.5 is 5 1/4. So we want to score at 5 1/4. Perfect. Now this should just fold right up to here with no problemo. I'm gonna fold it back as well, just to make it nice and loosey-goosey for us. Okay, so now we've got our scored line here. We've got our pocket here, and we've got our taped up part here. So let's get this puppy on the page. I'm gonna put something underneath that so it will stay in place when the book starts to get heavy. You're gonna need something to hold it up. There we go. Perfect. Okay. I think it did rain. It was a quiet one. We've had so many storms. It's crazy. Okay. And then this is going, make sure to stay clear of this score line. At least 1/8 of an inch. I'm gonna have to turn this way for myself so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. All right. Phew. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so this is a pocket and a flip. So we have a pocket, a flip, then we have once we get it decorated, this will be a flip, so it'll flip down. This, you have the space up here behind the pocket, and then you have another flip, which is right here on the big paper. There we go. Don't forget to burnish that down real good. Alright, so I'm going to get some paper together and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back and we have our papers all nice and stickified. Let's get to putting these together. I have numbered them so I will not be lost. There is number 1. So I have the mermaid as number 1. She's so pretty. Okay. There we go. Yay! Isn't she pretty? I know it's just a silhouette, but it's still very pretty. Pretty, pretty paper. So we have number 2. It's like a fiery orangey red. Very pretty. And we will be covering the star. I'm just going to say that for last. Lift up our pocket. Open this up to number 4. Move on down to number 5. Remove the tape backing. I love the glitter on here. I think it's very pretty. Make it sparkle. You have to keep that in mind when you are thinking about decorating, because glitter is really hard to stick to if you're trying to put something on top of glitter. A lot of the times it will not stick. So just keep that in mind. And number 7. Excuse me. And number 8 is this little strip right here. Perfect. Okay, and then we are off to 9 and 10. We'll go ahead and put number 10 down, which is our mermaid, our other mermaid. This is number 9. I love it. Turned out so pretty. Now we need to work on our star. So, and our tags, and we'll get to those in just a minute. All right, star. We're going to have to cut a star out. And we want it to be in the paper. And we have scraps left over for that. Get our dies. This is the star I'm using, and I got it off of AliExpress, and I'll put a link to the haul where I got this from. Okay, let's cut this out. Perfect. That's our star. Perfect, perfect. Put our plates away. Okay, so here we're going to have to cut this in half. And I'd like to keep that blue up there. So there we go. Perfect. All right. And then we're going to have to trim a little bit off of both, so we can leave a little bit of a black mark, or the black paper. If you get this star set, you'll see that they also have these dots on here, and you could just follow those dots to trim off. It's not going to be perfect, but you know, no album is, because it's handmade. It's to the perfection of your best work. That's what it is. So let's see if that's enough to give us the trim that we're looking for. Yes, it is. And I'm going to need to cut it right across there. So let's mark that. just do a straight line there. Let's go on this side. We'll do a straight line right here. Okay, so let me cut this real quick. After I get it up. Should work. Let's see. Let's trim off a little bit here. Perfect. I'm just gonna leave that there. Yeah. All right, then we'll ink that up. We'll glue it down. Let's do the same with this one. I'm gonna try hand cutting it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's ink up our edges. Remove the backing here. Get our glue out. Perfect. And we'll do the same for the next one. Perfect. I love it. It turned out so cute. I hope you guys enjoyed putting together this page. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'll be glad to get back to you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have a great one. Bye.